Introducing first.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in to the Empire Arena here in Castleberry, Florida for the Establishment Wrestling Presents Wreck the Halls.
Weighing in at 185 pounds, the man who's marvelous in motion, Chris Marvelous!
And as Chris Marvelous makes his way to the ring, I find it appropriate that we get to introduce ourselves. I am your play-by-play man for the evening, T.J. Lopes. I'm so excited to be here, and my broadcast partner, Chris Page. Chris, I have a Christmas tie on. I've got Christmas socks on. I know you can't see them, but I promise them they're there. No better way to start the holiday season than Wreck the Halls.
Listen, there's no presents being thrown out tonight. Everything's coming up cold for some of these guys. This is going to be a wild ride, and I cannot wait.
I do have to ask, Chris, what is the match that you think we should keep our eye on the closest right now as Marshal Moore makes his way to the ring?
My eyes are locked on Elias, AK-47 Roman, and Destin Joanna tonight in the main event. A street fight. All hell is going to break loose. I don't know what we're going to be in for. That's what's on my bucket list tonight, but I'm stoked to see what Chris Marvelous has on tap. First time watch for me live and in living color. I'm always prone to see first timers.
Well, we've got title matches, we've got grudge matches, but we will start with a showcase match. Marshal Moore, Chris Marvelous, Big Business LLC versus the Marvelous One himself. We will see who comes out on top to open up Wreck the Halls. And we are sponsored tonight by Toys for Tots. I do want to shout them out and say thank you. We appreciate the partnership. If you did bring an open toy, you would have gotten in free tonight, but I don't think there's going to be a whole lot of toys handed out in that ring tonight.
I know, man. A lot of coals happening. The opening bell has sounded, and we are underway.
Chris Marvelous telling Marshal Moore exactly what he thinks right away. And I'm not sure I would be doing that if you're Chris Marvelous. We've seen Chris a couple of times here at the Establishment Wrestling, but this is Marshal Moore's Establishment Wrestling debut, but make no mistakes about it, folks. This man has been everywhere.
Marshal Moore is one big cat, and if Chris Marvelous is going to be successful, he is going to have to find a way to stay away from the power that we just saw a minute ago without off rip. Tossed him down to the mat like it was nothing.
Controlling the wrist is Moore. Marvelous drops to a knee. He's going to have to find his way out of the bear-like grip of Marshal Moore, and that's one way to do it.
Nice transition into side headlock by Marvelous, but I don't know how smart that is.
All business, Big Business LLC, Marshal Moore. Like I said, he's been everywhere. He's been WWN Proving Ground. He's been just all over the place, and he's been quite impressive every time I've seen him. A big shoulder tackle.
That did not work out for Chris at all. That's that power that he's going to have to find a way to stay away from, and I don't know, man.
You could see the disdain on Marshal Moore's face, and he just catches Marvelous and throws him down.
Spine on the pine right there, and if I'm the Marvelous One, I'm going to take a timeout. However, Marshal is on the attack.
Oh, man. I could feel that. And Marshal Moore checking his fingers, making sure all the skin's still left on him. My goodness.
Mrs. Claus felt that one at the North Pole, brother.
And if I'm Chris Marvelous, I mean, I don't know how smart that is at this juncture, but whatever strategy I had, if I'm Chris Marvelous, I would change it up right now. Going for a clothesline there, and that basically just angered Marshal Moore even further in a drop kick. Staggers Moore into the corner, and another one. Now, go ahead.
A third clothesline into the corner there. This is what he's got to do. He's got to find a way to create some space to get some offense going.
Oh, and that will not do it.
Marshall just Samoa Joe'd him and just walked right out of the way. And his only attack, he's fierce. He's fierce.
Marshall Moore, I said all business. Treating Chris Marvelous's chest like a bedpan, just beating him the crap out of him. My goodness.
Hey, listen, the Marvelous one's going to wake up with handprints on his chest if he's not careful here.
I can't imagine what Chris Marvelous's chest must feel like right now, but it's starting to look more and more like minced meat the longer this match goes on. And now, once again, getting wrist control is Moore.
Moore climbing up to the middle rope here. What is he thinking for a big man? He has got some agility right now. Wow.
Marshall Moore scaling that second rope. Nice agility and balance for a big man.
And Mark planted with a sidewalk slam. That might do it.
They had a cover, and Chris Marvelous able to just barely get that shoulder up after the sidewalk slam. Marshall Moore is in complete control, and again, I don't know what strategy Chris Marvelous had going into this thing, but he's going to have to change it up because right now he is getting absolutely dominated, and now a standing heel hook from Moore.
If I'm Marvelous, I got to find a way to create space. I have to find a way to get something going here because this is going to end quick if not. Marshall is in firm control. He's utilizing his power. He's utilizing his strength.
He likes to say Marvelous in motion. Well, right now the only motion he's making is writhing in pain. Marshall Moore is just taking it to him right now. I can't even speak.
I don't know how smart this is for Marvelous right now. That knee is obviously hurting. Oh, look at the power right here.
Up in a fisherman suplex position, and he hits it. That may do it.
No cover, though.
Marshall Moore feels obviously he has this in the bag, and I may agree with him at this juncture. He's doing faring pretty well, but I'm not sure I wouldn't have gone for a cover there.
Well, I think he's just toying with him at this point. For Marshall, he's in firm control. He's feeling it right now. I say that, and we see Marvelous sidestep, and now he's unloading here in the corner.
Marvelous throwing some chops of his own, trying anything to get back in this match. He's going to have to stack some high-volume offense. Marshall Moore just runs right into him like a linebacker through a running back. Like Christian Ellis threw Jackson Dart last Monday. My goodness.
Just manhandling the Marvelous one. Listen, he's got to get out of the ring at this point, create some space. You need a timeout, brother, because this is not working out for you at all.
I'd be interested to hear what Marvelous was going to try to do in this match. And that may turn things around using Marshall Moore's momentum against him.
He went shoulder first hard into that post. There's a roll-up. One,
that could do it.
Two. Oh, he got him! He got him!
Here is your Chris Marvelous.
Getting dominated 95% of that match. Chris Marvelous just pulls a rabbit out of his hat. Right here during the holiday season. It is a magical time of year, and what a marvelous win for the Marvelous One.
I call it the most deadly finish in professional wrestling. Any variation of a cradle, it has snuck more people than polio, and it just got Marshall here tonight. I am shocked.
And Marshall Moore arguing with the referee, but it is all in vain as the referee's decision is final, and your winner at Wreck the Halls to open the show, Chris Marvelous, and that just may do him some wonders as to getting a permanent spot here at the Establishment Wrestling.
It's an impressive